sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Brings it in. And he's stopped as we get closer to our first points of this ball game. It's going to be first and goal now.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Here's Robinson. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. Second and goal coming up. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
Operating from the gun, it's Allen. We'll put way too much on that one, Brock. Over the end zone and out.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? O-T-B. Over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
Third and goal for Allen. Chased out to his right. And it's incomplete on third and goal. Okay, already a big decision to make on your opening drive, Brock. Is this 4-down territory, or do you take the field goal and be happy to start off with some points?
Well, remember, Kate, and I think we're going to see this all year long. This new kickoff rule is real. You know, that ball now coming out to the 35-yard line, it affects the data and the decision-making. You're going to see more and more teams be aggressive, and I would be. I'd say all in all, that's the exact type of start this team was looking for. 2 possessions in, they've got the lead, early momentum with that field goal.
The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. Moore with a return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's first and 10.
What is that?
To throw is Williams. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Dolphins will be down inside the opposing 35 as they take over after that interception. Oh, boy, they cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and 2 very different tones and tenors on these 2 sidelines. One coach is pleading, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking that ball away. Job well done.
Allen now on first down. Completed to his running back. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these 2 to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Working from the gun, it's Allen. It's his running back. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20.
Good for Dolphins. First down.
So that brings us to the end of the first quarter in the Super Bowl. Just 3-0 is our score. More Madden Ultimate Team action coming up on EA Sports. We're back for the second quarter. Dolphins in a real good spot to score.
19 light, Panther 60, Panther 60.
Throwing now on first down, Allen. This is hauled in by T. Higgins. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. And goes to the hurry up here.
Pick up at 6. Brings up second and 4 at the Bears 13.
Allen gonna throw again. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, and so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
You get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
Down 18, Pioneer. 18, 7, 10, hurt. 70 range, 70 range. Panther 11.
Allen on third down. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be dropped with a big hit at the end of that. But the effort still sets him up with a first and goal.
The Dolphins first down. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on first and goal. All right, here we go. Second down.
19 tight, 19, 10, 70, Tim the Wolf. Take go.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. On the move, headed right. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the first half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
This is a pivotal moment on the game's biggest stage, Brock. It's third and goal.
65, 60, Warriors 70, 19, Lion. Hut, hut.
Third and long for him here. He rolls to his right. And it's incomplete on third and goal.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
One of the league's elder statesmen knocks it through. And another field goal makes it 6-0 for him.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good. You get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Moore with a return. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. The gun, they'll give it to him inside. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Stop made by Braden Fitz.
1-yard gain brings up second and 9 at the 25-yard line.
Williams from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the sack forces a now tougher third down.
That was a situation where I think the previous drive, really affected decision-making there. Coming off a pick, he wasn't about to challenge the coverage. Instead, well, he just took his medicine.
He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Jack Fox getting the call here to punt on fourth down. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Takes it in at the 26. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
First and 10 from the 32. Allen to throw. Has his man. It's the Michigan rookie. And this one will get them into enemy territory. Hit and stop quickly. The catch moves him to the 48.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
First down throw for Allen. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they're finally able to get to him and touch him down, but damage already done as they pick up that first down. Miami calls a timeout here. It's second.
26-yard line.
60, Panther 60. Mustang 79 Broncos. Ready?
First and 10. Here's Allen. Completed over the middle. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Looking quickly here.
First down.
Before the snap, some early movement. Let's see which side gets tagged with a penalty. He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early. Encroachment on that previous play, and that makes this a much shorter 1st and 5. Running it after the penalty. He's actually going to lose yards here. They take him down at the 10-yard line. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
70 Timberwolves, Warriors, 19 Lions. Hey, smash Bronco.
Now Allen. And he goes down. The Bears get him. And for the 2nd straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way. And that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this.
Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Final halftime adjustments of the season are out of the way. It's time to put them into action here. Quarter 3 of the Super Bowl is underway. And there it is. He just kept choosing to go backward, partner. And now he's all the way in his own end zone for a safety. Cannot believe it.
Morton Anderson to kick off.
So after the safety, we're going to see a free kick from the 20-yard line. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. 1st and 10. Here's Hampton to open the drive. Cuts right. It's a foot race. It's inside the 10. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears grab the lead on their 1st series of the half.
Kick that play right there. That run is exactly why this team wanted this rookie on their roster. It is so hard to break away from the pack at the NFL level. But this rookie, he's putting on a show.
That's up and through for the point after. And the Bears push their lead to 3.
Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Sanders now on the return. Along the right sideline, there's space. And he takes this one all the way. Touchdown on the kick return. Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back there fielding it, wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for 6.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple for me to describe, yet so tough to execute on the field.
And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Some nice field position here. Bears getting set. 1st and 10. Under the gun. Here's Hampton. This drive is going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
Williams will look to throw. It is caught left side. On the move, past the 40. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. Santos now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bears push their lead to 3.
16. Dolphins 13. Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And he didn't strike that one true, Brock. It came down short of the landing zone he had to reach, so give them the football up at the 40. On first down, Allen. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
The offense not shy about sending them downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
Second down, here's Allen again. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So now it's going to be third and long. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
He's looking deep once again. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Bears are going to take over now at their own 20. That is one of the longest throws we have or probably will see in this contest, partner. It's too bad it wound up in the hands of the defense on the interception.
You know, Kit, when I see throws like this, I see images of Bo Jackson back in the day. As a Kansas City Royal throwing Harold Reynolds out from the warning track. 300 feet in the air, he hummed that baseball to gun down the runner at home plate. The difference here in football, hey, you throw that ball up, that DB's also got to run 50-some yards, go up high point and make a play. That is just incredible defensive football.
It's second and inches at the 30-yard line.
Hey, volunteer.
Hand off on second and short. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you want to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
Going to the ground again on first. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
It's Hampton on second. And this will only complicate matters for third down, partner. They're sent backwards.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud cornerback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on third and 11. Empty backfield now. Running back motions out left. Third down. Here's Williams. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
And this is away, wisely headed for the sideline to avoid that return. This one carries out of bounds. Not the greatest field position awaiting them. It's spotted at the 11. Dolphins just about set up here. First and 10.
Set up. 19, Tiger, 19. Ready.
Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he scampers ahead and gets two on the carry. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second.
Now Allen off the play action. Headed out right. That one's complete right side. And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down.
The Dolphins, first down.
This is it, everyone. Only one quarter between us and a Super Bowl champion. It's Dolphins football, and their title hopes hinge on evening the score. All set now. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Has him on the computer. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Offense in the hurry up here.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Dumped off to his running back. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. The dose of the hurry up offense here.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 30.
Again, Allen to the air. Dumps it off to Robinson. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bears territory. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5.
We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. Dolphins trail by a field goal. 5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Short pass brought in. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Back to throw. Finds a man right side. And the stop comes at the 15-yard line as he gets them into the red zone.
It's a gain of 23
They strike for 23 yards. And that is a Dolphins first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Offense is set. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Robinson. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. Clock running. Dolphins will hurry to the line.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And a decent run gets him out 4. It's going to be 3rd down. The Bears decide to call their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Ready.
3rd and 4 coming up now.
Set. Cut. 19 tight. 19 tight. 7 Pirates. Hurt. Right there. Hook.
Now to throw. And that's a touchdown. The catch is made, and they lead just before the end of this game. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Morton Anderson to kick off.
The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. And this one will not make it to the landing zone. So the same as it going out of bounds now. This is going to come out to the 40-yard line.
Vegas, Vegas! Let it up.
Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. We'll have a 4-yard gain on that one. He's taken down at the 44.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
He'll look to throw it. Hits him on the out route. And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with the first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
2 timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
Hey, I get it. If any of their pass catchers have what it takes to beat double coverage, it's him. The kids would say, he's him. That defense knew it. That's why they doubled him and knocked it away.
Nearing the last half minute of play. Now 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Vegas, Vegas! Punch Spurs, punch Spurs, punch Spurs. Yes, yes, yes. Combo, combo.
Setting up to pass. Pass taken in by Marshall. And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with the first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
In quite the time crunch here, Brock, but still 2 timeouts to burn. It's first down. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. Throwing the out route complete. And as he goes out of bounds, we've got a flag on the play, likely against the defense. Just a momentary loss of focus, a break in discipline, and not a good moment individually as he gets hit with that personal foul. They'll have a new set of downs following that defensive penalty.
Ready to hold on. Yes, yes, yes. Combo, combo. Yes, 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 yes.
First down throw by Williams. Hauls it in. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Timeout Chicago. It uses its 2nd. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Again, it's Williams. Escapes the pocket. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. The Bears going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
Time not on their side here as they get set for first down. No timeouts remaining either.
Punch Spurs, punch Spurs, punch Spurs, punch Spurs. Yes, yes, yes. Combo, combo. Yes, 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 yes.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. Isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And their 4th sack of the game right there brings up 2nd down.
A loss of 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
And after a half-century of football, the Miami Dolphins have made it back. Super Bowl champions once again. This is what